Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Woodbine Mohawk Park. On a Friday morning, we have 11 qualifiers, all featuring 2-year-olds. For our first qualifier, we are going to have a field of 6. One driver note here, number 4, Sex Appeal, will be driven by Sylvan Filion. Let's meet the field. It's 2-year-old pacing fillies. We'll start with number 1, YS Big Girl, Big Jim filly, owned and bred by Yves Sarrazin, trained by Jacques Dupont. Bob McClure drives. Number 2 is Shiraz Sealster, Better's Delight filly, owned by Millar Farms, trained by Eric Adams. Randy Waples drives, a $107,000 London selected yearling sale purchase. Number 3 is Century Gaga, sports writer filly, owned by Lloyd Stone, Victor Putty, Michael Kwidnowski, and 104-62217 Canada Inc., trained by Victor Putty. Trevor Henry drives, a $25,000 London yearling sale purchase. Number 4 is Sex Appeal, a Better's Delight filly, owned and bred by Robert McIntosh Stables and Al McIntosh Holdings. Bob McIntosh is the trainer. Sylvan Filion will drive. Number 5 is Stonebridge Looker, a He's Watching filly, owned by Angie Stiller, Gary Coulter, and Greg McNair. Greg McNair is the trainer. Doug McNair drives, a $54,000 London yearling sale grad. And number 6 is Scotian Shadow, Shadow Play filly, owned by John Matheson, trained by Mark Etzel. Tyler Moore will drive, an $8,000 London yearling sale purchase. Well back there is number 4, Sex Appeal. The rest of them are on gate for the first of 11 on this Friday morning. Starting gate picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and pacing. The outside 2 will get the first call as Stonebridge Looker and Scotian Shadow move out of there at the rail. That is YS Big Girl. Dropping in behind is Shiraz Sealster, and in the early going, Century Gaga will move over to the cones. A little tough to steer there. That is Stonebridge Looker getting around with Scotian Shadow as they go into the first bend. So the leader will be Scotian Shadow and Tyler Moore. They're on top by about 3 lengths approaching the opening quarter. YS Big Girl is racing in second. Then in third is Shiraz Sealster, 2 lengths back to Century Gaga, followed by Stonebridge Looker, who appears to have settled down. The opening quarter was 29-3. So they move into the backstretch. A loose lead here for Scotian Shadow will increase. As off stride in second went YS Big Girl. So YS Big Girl made a mistake there in the second position as they go by 3/8. The leader is Scotian Shadow on top by about 3. Looking to cut into that lead, trying to get a little closer is Shiraz Sealster, being followed then by Century Gaga in third. Stonebridge Looker is in fourth, resetting after the break YS Big Girl, and pulling up in the first turn. That was the early breaker who didn't make the gate, Sex Appeal. They went past the half in 1 minute and 4/5, so they'll race into the far turn, and we got movement on the outside. As underway is Century Gaga, and the sports writer filly is looking to take the lead at 5/8. So it's Century Gaga up on the outside, trying to clear around Scotian Shadow, and going off stride went Century Gaga, so she couldn't get by. She got green, and she went off stride. So Scotian Shadow remains the leader on top by 1.5 lengths. Shiraz Sealster in second. 3/4 time, 129-2, so they were doing some pacing there in the third quarter, and they swing for home. It's the Shadow Play filly, Scotian Shadow with the lead. In behind is Shiraz Sealster, and then it is well back to Stonebridge Looker and YS Big Girl into the final 1/8 of the mile, and the lead is going to grow here now as Scotian Shadow lets it out, and she looks to finish up strong. Scotian Shadow is heading towards the line. She's into the final 16th of the mile. She's on top by a half dozen lengths. Scotian Shadow will win the first qualifier. Finishing in second was Shiraz Sealster, then it was YS Big Girl third, followed by Stonebridge Looker fourth. Century Gaga and Sex Appeal pulled up. Time of the mile, 1:57-3. Here's the order of finish from the first qualifier. Number 1, YS Big Girl was third. Number 2, Shiraz Sealster second. Number 3, Century Gaga fifth. Number 4, Sex Appeal pulled up and did not finish. Number 5, Stonebridge Looker was fourth. And number 6, Scotian's Shadow was the winner. Top to bottom, 3-2-5, DNF 4-1. The fractions were 29 and 3, a minute and 4/5, 129 and 2, 157 and 3. The winner was number 6, Scotian's Shadow, a 2-year-old filly by Shadow Play, trained by Mark Etzel, driven this morning by Tyler Moore. She was an $8,000 London yearling sale purchase. This was her second qualifier, first one here at Mohawk Park, and she gets a mark of 157 and 3. Second qualifier coming up next. Starting gate is rolling with the pacing fillies heading behind the gate. Number 1, Back to Oz, is a classic Card Shark filly owned by Harold Wilson, trained by Boyd Wilson. Phil Hudon drives, $8,000 London yearling sale purchase. Number 2, Icy Delight, Better's Delight filly owned by Springhaven Farm, trained by Sean Stacy. James McDonald drives, a $32,000 yearling purchase. Number 3 is Warrawee Verona. He's Watching filly owned by Bruce Davey, trained by Bill Budd. Bob McClure drives, an $8,000 Lexington buy. 4 is Loud Jet, a Thinking Out Loud filly owned and bred by Springhaven Farm, trained by Scott McEnany. Sylvan Fillion drives, an $8,000 Harrisburg purchase. Number 5 is Delicate Taste, Vintage Master filly owned and bred by Robert McIntosh Stables, now McIntosh Holdings. Bob McIntosh trains, Trevor Henry drives. Number 6 is Scratch, and number 7 is Ray Sealster, Sports Writer filly, trained by Raymond Stewart, driven by Chris Christoforou, $30,000 London yearling sale purchase. Starting gate moves into the stretch. Pacing fillies are lined up, picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and pacing. Icy Delight from post position number 2 is looking to get out of there well. Holding ground at the rail is Back to Oz, and from the center, that is Delicate Taste. Far outside, Ray Sealster will now move towards the pylons. There's Loud Jet, and the final one in the early going is Warrawee Verona. They're heading towards the first turn, so Delicate Taste is going to stay wide here and will avoid the shadows. Meanwhile, at the cones, that is Icy Delight, who is holding a short advantage. Looks like there's a 2-hole space there for Delicate Taste to drop into, but that might not be the case. Looks like Henry might want to move on to the top, as they weren't going too much there. The opening quarter was 31 and 2. So Delicate Taste on the outside is trying to get around Icy Delight. Meanwhile, watching from third, that is Back to Oz with 3-length separation. Back to Loud Jet in fourth, a gap of 2.5 to Ray Sealster, and the final one up the backside is Warrawee Verona. And as they go by 3/8, the new leader now is Delicate Taste, who will clear and is in control as they approach the midway point. Icy Delight is racing in second. Back to Oz is in third. Then it is a gap of about 3 or 4 lengths. Back to Loud Jet in fourth as they went past the midway point in 1:01 and 2. So that was 30 seconds even in the second quarter. Might have been just a tad quicker for the new leader, Delicate Taste, as they go into the far bend. It's Delicate Taste by 1.5 lengths. Icy Delight will stay at the wood. Here out from third now comes Back to Oz, will be followed by Loud Jet in fourth, and then it's back to the final 2, Ray Sealster and Warrawee Verona, as they approach 3 quarters. And on even terms, it's Delicate Taste and Back to Oz, followed by Icy Delight and Loud Jet. 3/4 time, 1:30 and 4, and they'll swing into the stretch. So on the outside, this is Back to Oz, who is now trying to muscle by Delicate Taste, who tries to find a little bit more. Delicate Taste hasn't gone away yet. Back to Oz, though, has the advantage as they come to the 8th pole. Meanwhile, on the outside, that is Loud Jet, and then in behind fourth is Icy Delight. The battle rages on. It is Back to Oz with the short advantage. Delicate Taste stubborn, not going away, but on the outside, here comes Loud Jet. 3 across coming to the line, and Loud Jet will sweep up to win. Tight for second between Back to Oz and Delicate Taste. Time of the mile, 2 minutes and a fifth. Here's the order of finish from the second qualifier. Number 1, Back to Oz was third. Number 2, Icy Delight fourth. Number 3, Warweave Verona fifth. Number 4, Loud Jet was the winner. Number 5, Delicate Taste second. Number 6 was Scratch. And number 7, Ray Sealster was sixth. Top to bottom, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, Scratch 6. Fractions were 31 and 2, 101 and 2, 130 and 4, 2 minutes and a fifth. The winner was number 4, Loud Jet, a Thinking Out Loud filly, trained by Scott McEnany and driven this morning by Sylvan Filion. $8,000 Harrisburg grad, sweeps up on the outside, getting up in time to win. Debut qualifiers a winning one, 2 minutes and a fifth. Up next is our third qualifier. We'll continue on with 2-year-old pacing fillies. It'll be a field of 6. One driver change, number 2, Not Hard to Look At, will be driven by Bob McClure. Here's the field. Number 1 is Big Diamond, a big Jim filly owned by Rod Boyd, Glenn Bechtel, and Robert Cochran, trained by Rod Boyd. Phil Houdon steers. Number 2, Not Hard to Look At, is a Mach 3 filly owned and bred by Robert McIntosh Stables and Al McIntosh Holdings, trained by Bob McIntosh. Bob McClure drives. 3, Final Decision, a Ponder filly, also trained by Bob McIntosh. Ownership group and the breeders, Robert McIntosh Stables, CSX Stables, and Al McIntosh Holdings. Trevor Henry is in the sulky. Number 4, Anthem Sealster, is a Mach 3 filly owned by Paul McDonnell, GLB Stable, Dave Hudson, and Irwin Stables, trained and driven by Paul McDonnell. Anthem Sealster was a $60,000 London yearling sale purchase. 5, Wanna Shake Your Tree, is an Art Major filly owned by Millar Farms, trained by Eric Adams. Randy Waples drives. She was a $20,000 Harrisburg purchase. And number 6 is Lady Natasha, a sports writer filly owned by Craig Turner. along with Mahari Kursul, trained by Scott McEnany. Sylvain Filion drives a $15,000 London yearling sale purchase. So it's a field of 6 for our third. Starting gate coming to the top of the stretch, a field of 6. Inside 3, all with qualifying experience. The outside 3, all making their debuts here in this third. As the starting gate now is picking up speed, pacing fillies lined up, and here they come. And they're off and pacing. And from the center, that is Anthem Sealster, who gets off to a nice beginning, quickly moving over to the rail. Along with her went Wanna Shake Your Tree and Lady Natasha. So the outside 3, all debuting here this morning. They get away 1, 2, 3 in the early going. Big Diamond is at the inside 4th, followed by Final Decision, and then Not Hard to Look At. So they enter the first turn. And the leader is Wanna Shake Your Tree, the Art Major filly put up top here by Waples, and she'll lead by a pair as they approach the opening quarter. It's going to be up on the board in 30 and 3. So a 30 and 3 opener for Wanna Shake Your Tree. $20,000 Harrisburg purchase. She's the leader as this half dozen pacing filly group moves into the backstretch. Anthem Sealster is racing in second. Lady Natasha is in third, and she went off stride trying to get around her there. That is Big Diamond, who will now move into third, followed by Final Decision. And the last one is Not Hard to Look At. Out from second, Anthem Sealster is looking to overtake the top spot as she is trying to circle around Wanna Shake Your Tree, and she'll do just that as they hit the midway point. It's up on the board in 101 and 1. So the pacing fillies will go into the far turn. A bit of an eventful second quarter there. And the new leader as they enter that far bend, it is Anthem Sealster. Anthem Sealster is on top. Wanna Shake Your Tree is racing in second. 2 lengths back then to Big Diamond in third, being followed fourth by Lady Natasha. And then it's a gap of about 5 lengths back to the trailers. That being Not Hard to Look At. And the final one is Final Decision. Length and a half advantage here for Anthem Sealster. She hits 3/4 in 1:30 and 3. So they'll turn for home. 29 and 2 third quarter. Anthem Sealster trying to close this one out. Back out now trying to retake the top spot. Wanna Shake Your Tree comes to the outside for Waples. And here she comes now up to take the lead in the final 1/8 of the mile. So Wanna Shake Your Tree has regained the top spot. Anthem Sealster relegated to second. Then it's about 4 lengths back to Big Diamond. And Lady Natasha is in fourth. Here's Wanna Shake Your Tree to win her debut. Anthem Sealster only beat a length, finishes in second. Big Diamond was third. Then it was Lady Natasha fourth, followed by Not Hard to Look At, and Final Decision 159 and 1. Here's the order of finish from qualifier number 3. Number 1, Big Diamond was 3rd. Number 2, Not Hard to Look At 5th. Number 3, Final Decision 6th. Number 4, Anthem Sealster 2nd. Number 5, Wanna Shake Your Tree was the winner. And number 6, Lady Natasha was 4th. Top to bottom, 3, 5, 6, 2, 1, 4. Fractions were 30 and 3, 101 and 1, 130 and 3, 159 and 1. The winner was number 5, Wanna Shake Your Tree. She is a 2-year-old filly by Art Major, owned by Millar Farms, trained by Eric Adams. Randy Waples drove her this morning. Debut qualifier is a winning one, 159 and 1. She was a $20,000 Harrisburg purchase. Fourth qualifier now. Our first look at trotters on this Friday morning. 2-year-old colts and geldings. Let's meet the field. Number 1 is Willpower Fashion, a Possess the Will colt owned by the stable Willpower Group, trained by Kevin McMaster. Anthony McDonald drives. $9,000 Harrisburg purchase. Number 2, Hometown Boys, Muscle Mass colt owned by the stable Hometown Boys and Terry DeVos, trained and driven by Mario Bayarjan. Number 3 is Cavalier George, a Johnny William colt owned by Andrew Cars, trained by Andrew Cars and being driven by Sylvan Filion. Number 4, Don't Park Me, is a Jambro colt owned by Bill Maines, Randy Christopher, Victor Putty, and Stephen Papillon. Victor Putty trains, Trevor Henry drives. 5 is Sabatino, a Sebastian K colt owned by Bob McClure and Jody Howard, trained by Mark Etzel. A $12,000 blooded horse sale pre-jug sale purchase. And 6 is Journeyman K. That is an Angus Hall colt owned and bred by Bob Key, trained and driven by Paul Reed. So it's a field of 6 2-year-old trotters for the fourth qualifier lined up. Starting gate swings into the stretch. On the outside, off stride is number 6, Journeyman K. 5 of them on gate picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and trotting. Willpower Fashion leaves well from the rail along with Hometown Boy. So they'll get lined up in the early going. Sliding into third is Sabatino. Meanwhile, Cavalier George and Don't Park Me are side by side as they'll get situated. Resetting after the break at the beginning is Journeyman K as they go into the first turn, and Willpower Fashion is put up top by Anthony McDonald. In second is Hometown Boys. Then it's Sabatino in third. Inside Cavalier George. Still on the outside is Don't Park Me, who will now take back and will go to the rail fifth. And the trail trailer's Journeyman K. The opening quarter was 30 seconds even, so 30 seconds flat for Willpower Fashion, who leads by a pair, moving into the backstretch, and underway from third, here comes Sabatino. So the Sebastian K. Colt is underway here for trainer-driver Mark Etzel, has now moved into second. Hometown Boys is in third, and then it's about 6 or 7 lengths back to Cavalier George, followed by Don't Park Me and Journeyman K. It's been an interesting second quarter here for Sabatino. Sabatino trying to get up to the top. Is the leader by half a length at 3/4 in, or at the half in a minute and 2/5, and now will clear to the top. So as they head towards 3/4, Sabatino has overtaken the lead after that second quarter move from third to first. Willpower Fashion looks confident there, right on the leader's back in second, and then it's about 5 lengths back to Hometown Boys in third, about that same margin to Cavalier George, and well back to the other two, Don't Park Me and Journeyman K. To 3/4 they go, and it's Sabatino by a length and a half. Willpower Fashion is ready for that stretch drive, 1:29 and 3. So the trotters spin for home, and it's Sabatino at the rail, angle to the outside. Willpower Fashion looking to shoot on by as they come to the 8th pole. Willpower Fashion on the outside goes right on by and takes the lead once again. So it's the Possess the Will Colt, Willpower Fashion, who has the lead, and Willpower Fashion trying to finish this one off strong. Sabatino is in second, battle on for third. Cavalier George on the outside. Hometown Boys, Willpower Fashion wins. Second goes to Sabatino. Cavalier George was third. Then it was Hometown Boys fourth, followed by Journeyman K and Don't Park Me. 2 minutes even for Willpower Fashion. Here's the order of finish from Qualifier 4. Number 1, Willpower Fashion was the winner. Number 2, Hometown Boys 4th. Number 3, Cavalier George 3rd. Number 4, Don't Park Me 6th. Number 5, Sabatino 2nd. And number 6, Journeyman K was 5th. 143, 625 is your order of finish. Fractions were 30 flat, a minute and 2/5, 129 and 3. 2 minutes even for the winner, number 1, Willpower Fashion. Early leader, gave up the top spot at the half and then reclaimed it as they came into the lane. This is a 2-year-old colt by Possess the Will, owned by the stable Willpower Group, trained by Kevin McMaster, driven this morning by Anthony McDonald. Third qualifier for Willpower Fashion, and gets a mark of 2 minutes even, a $9,000 Harrisburg purchase. Up next for our 5th qualifier, we'll continue on the trot, as it'll be a field of 7 2-year-old trotting fillies. So as the wings of the starting gate are now open, the 2-year-old trotting fillies will line up, and let's meet the group. Number 1 is PL Nikita, a EL Titan filly, owned and bred by Princely Acres, trained by Dan Clements. Bob McClure drives. Number 2, Cad's Kiss, Cadabra filly, owned by Bruce Richardson, Joseph Coffey, and Morley Bosworth, trained and driven by Bruce Richardson, a $13,000 London yearling sale purchase. 3, McKee's Angel, Archangel filly, owned by Legendary Standardbred, trained by Ted McDonnell. Paul McDonnell drives. 4 is Need an Alibi, EL Titan filly, owned by Backstable, Dave Hudson, and Brylow Farms, trained by John Bax. Matt Bax will drive, a $52,000 Harrisburg purchase. 5 is Megan Roses, Royalty for Life filly, owned by J.F. McGuire, along with Julie Malfont, Richard Legree, trained by Jean-Francois McGuire and driven by Louis-Philippe Bois, $17,000 London yearling sale purchase. 6 is She's Wild and Free, a muscle mass filly, owned and bred by Tom and Elizabeth Rankin, trained by Shane Weber. Sylvan Filion drives. And 7, Ready to Deal, is a wheelin' and dealin' filly, owned by the Robert McIntosh stable, CSX Stables, and Dave Boyle. Also the breeders, Bob McIntosh trains, and Trevor Henry will drive. So it's a group of 7. They are lined up for our 5th qualifier, 2-year-old trotting fillies here. Starting gate, swings into the stretch. 2-year-old trotting fillies picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and trotting. We're going to give the first call in the center to Need an Alibi and Mag and Roses. Those two are getting out of there well. Off stride went McKee's Angel. At the inside, that is PL Nikita. She'll hold her ground as Cad's Kiss, her next door neighbor, remains on the outside. She's Wild and Free moves into 5th, and then it's back to the breakers. McKee's Angel and Ready to Deal also jumped it off. They're going into the first turn. Mag and Roses is put up top by Waugh. In second is Need an Alibi. Cad's Kiss, yet to see the rail, is on the outside third. 31 seconds flat was your opening quarter. Trotting fillies move into the backstretch. Mag and Roses, a daughter of Royalty for Life. She leads by a pair of lengths. In second is Need an Alibi, and Cad's Kiss is able to drop into third in front of PL Nikita 4th, followed by She's Wild and Free in 5th, and then trying to catch up is McKee's Angel, and it's well back to Ready to Deal. 3/8 of the mile is in the books, and it's a 2-length advantage here for Mag and Roses, as Louis Waugh has this daughter of Royalty for Life up top in her debut qualifier, leading by a pair, and she's past the midway point in 102 and 2. So that was 31 and 2 in the second quarter. A little bit slower than that opening panel of 31 seconds, but now Megan Roses looks to kick it up a notch as she stretches out the lead to about 3 lengths. Off stride in second went Need an Alibi. PL Nikita will get around the breaker. Cad's Kiss is in third, or about to move into third from 4th. Then She's Wild and Free as they head towards 3/4. And the lead is 3 lengths here for Megan Roses. It's Megan Roses, but getting closer is PL Nikita as she is starting to make up some ground. 1:32 and 3. So they come into the stretch. 30 and 1 third quarter. Megan Roses trying to close this one out. Still has the advantage at about 4. PL Nikita on the outside second. She's Wild and Free far outside into third. And Cad's Kiss is 4th. Less than an 1/8 of a mile to go. Megan Roses still leading by a few lengths. PL Nikita is grinding away. She's trying to get closer, but Megan Roses is going to go coast to coast. Finishing in second is PL Nikita. Then it was She's Wild and Free, followed by Cad's Kiss. Back to McKee's Angel, Need an Alibi, and Ready to Deal. 2:02 and 2 for the winner, Megan Roses. And with the conclusion of our 5th qualifier, we will now take a short break to allow the horses in the back half of today's qualifying session the opportunity to warm up. So we'll take a break of about 15 minutes before we'll resume with qualifiers 6 through 11 here this morning at Mohawk Park. Almost set to resume with today's qualifying session here at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Let's go back to the fifth qualifier and give you the rundown. Number 1, PL Nikita was second. Number 2, Cad's Kiss was fourth. Number 3, McKee's Angel fifth. Number 4, Need an Alibi sixth. Number 5, Megan Rose is the winner. Number 6, She's Wild and Free was third. And number 7, Ready to Deal was seventh. 2, 4, 5, 6, 1, 3, 7 is the order of finish. Fractions were 31, 102 and 2, 132 and 3, 202 and 2 for the winner. Number 5, Megan Roses. Royalty for Life filly, trained by J.F. McGuire and driven by Louis-Philippe Waugh. Debut qualifier is a winning one. $17,000 London yearling sale grad. We'll turn the page now to the 6th of 11 on this Friday morning. And it'll be a field of 8 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings. Some driver notes to pass along. Number 2, Need Some Luck, will be driven by Bob McClure. And number 8, Lamont, will be driven by Trevor Henry. So here's the field for the 6th qualifier. Number 1 is Doc Darrell, Sunshine Beach colt, owned and bred by Hudson Standardbred Stable, trained by Sean Stacy. James McDonald drives. Number 2 is Need Some Luck, War We Needy colt, owned, bred, and trained by John Smith Jr. Bob McClure is in the sulky. 3 is Social Thought, a vintage master colt, owned and bred by Millar Farms, trained by Eric Adams. Randy Waples drives. 4 is Better Be Swift, a Better's Delight colt, owned by Scott McEnany, Teresa Davidson, and Mart West Racing Stable, along with Cora Marshall. Trained by Scott McEnany, Sylvan Filion drives. Better Be Swift was a $27,000 Lexington Select yearling sale purchase. 5 is Going Fast, a Western Terre colt, owned by Elizabeth Fair, trained by Alan Fair. Anthony Hahn drives. 6 is Just Plain Needy, a War We Needy colt, owned and bred by James Ellis, also the trainer. Scott Young drives. 7 is Better Jet, a Better's Delight gelding, owned by Anthony Timmons, Billy Joe Timmons, Brad Gray, and Dan Legacy, trained by Richard Morrow and driven by Louis-Philippe Waugh. Better Jet was a $25,000 London yearling sale purchase. And running up the field, number 8, Lamont. This is a Shadow Play colt, owned by M&L of Delaware, trained by Meg Crone. Trevor Henry drives, a $14,000 Lexington Select grad. Starting gate into the stretch, field of 8 picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and pacing. Pretty even beginning here. Out from post 2, that is Need Some Luck, who is pushing ahead to get around the rail starter Doc Darrell. Everybody else pretty much lining up, except on the outside, Lamont just kind of floats away. Here coming forward now is Social Thought to the outside for Waples. Better Be Swift gets away in 4th. Going Fast will drop in behind. Then it is Just Plain Needy on the outside as they go into the turn, Lamont. And the last one, as they go to the opening quarter, is Better Jet. So the leader is Need Some Luck. Need Some Luck with a lead of about 3 parts of a length at an opening quarter of 31 and 2. But on the outside, Social Thought now is moving up to take the lead. So it's Social Thought, second qualifier for this vintage master colt, who will clear to command as they race up towards 3/8. Leads by a pair over Need Some Luck in 2nd. Doc Darrell is pacing in 3rd, followed closely 4th by Better Be Swift. Inside that is Lamont. Coming to the outside, underway is Going Fast from 6th. 7th to the outside comes Just Plain Needy as off stride. They're putting in some funny steps. That was Lamont. And the final one is Better Jet. The half is hit with a 2-length advantage here for Social Thought in 101 and 1. So a tad quicker, I should say a little bit quicker there, 29 and 4 in the second quarter after a 31 and 2 opener. And as they enter the far turn, Social Thought has the lead. Need Some Luck in 2nd. Grinding away is Going Fast on the outside, who's only 2 lengths away from the top spot. Doc Darrell is inside 4th. Angling to the outside comes Better Be Swift from in 5th. Then it's a break of 3 lengths back to Just Plain Needy, who is tracked by Better Jet. And the final one is Lamont. So as they go to 3/4, Social Shot with a narrow lead of just a neck is on the outside, is Going Fast. In a nice position is Better Be Swift, looking to tip off cover as they swing into the lane. 1:30 and 4 the 3/4 time. And as they come into the final 1/8 of the mile, Social Thought got a little green at the rail. Here on the outside is Better Be Swift, looking to power on by. Going Fast is there and Need Some Luck in behind. The leader now is Better Be Swift, and it's the Better's Delight colt. Better Be Swift taking the lead, and in his debut, he is going to win. It's Better Be Swift over Going Fast, Social Thought, followed by Need Some Luck, Better Jet, Doc Darrell, Just Plain Needy, and Lamont, 158 and 4. Order of finish from the 6th qualifier. Number 1, Doc Darrell was 6th. Number 2, Need Some Luck 4th. Number 3, Social Thought 3rd. Number 4, Better Be Swift was the winner. Number 5, Going Fast finished 2nd. Number 6, Just Plain Needy was 7th. Number 7, Better Jet 5th. And number 8, Lament was 8th. 6, 4, 3, 1, 2, 7, 5, 8 is your order of finish. Fractions were 31 and 2, 101 and 1, 130 and 4, 158 and 4. The winner was number 4, Better Be Swift, a Better Delight colt with a nice debut qualifier, trained by Scott McEnany and driven by Sylvain Filion. $27,000 Lexington Select grad, wins in 158 and 4. Up next is the 7th qualifier. We're going to move over to 2-year-old trotting fillies. Louis-Philippe Waugh drives number 5, Brinny's a Flirt. Here's the field. Number 1, Muscles Aplenty, Angus Hall filly, owned by Patricia Gibb, trained by Bill Shaw. Phil Houdon drives, $8,500 London yearling sale purchase. 2 is Stonebridge Mimi, Conway Hall filly, owned and bred by Angie Stiller, trained by Greg McNair. Doug McNair drives. 3 is Spy Mistress K, an Angus Hall filly, owned and bred by Bob Key, trained and driven by Paul Reed. 4 is SVF, Blushing Bride, Andover Hall filly, owned by Glengate Farms, back stable, trained and driven by John Bax. This was a $22,000 Harrisburg purchase. 5, Brinny's a Flirt, Holiday Road filly, owned by Terry DeVos, Clarence DeVos, and Peter Porter, trained by Susie Kerwood. Louis-Philippe Waugh handles. 6 is Pierho Cato, is a Cadabra filly, owned by Tom and Elizabeth Rankin, trained by Shane Weber. Sylvain Filion drives, a $55,000 Harrisburg purchase. And 7 is Instant Karma, EL Titan filly, owned by Bill Maines, Bill Cripps, Stephen Papillon, and Leo Fleming, trained by Gerald Lilly. Trevor Henry drives, a $22,000 Lexington Select purchase. Starting gate swings into the stretch. 2-year-old trotting fillies picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and trotting. Brittany's a flirt from the center. We'll leave out of there well. Meanwhile, next door neighbor, SVF Blushing Bride, is looking to move around a pair of starters at the inside. Meanwhile, outside, Instant Karma is into the mix. Also there is Pierho Cato. Off stride went Stonebridge Mimi. Muscles Aplenty will get around, and so too will Spy Mistress K as they enter the first turn. The leader is Brittany's a flirt. The Holiday Road filly is put up top, and she leads by a pair of lengths. Instant Karma is into second. SVF Blushing Bride is in third as they went past the opening quarter in 29 and 1. Moving into the backstretch, it's a lead of about 3 here for Brittany's a flirt. Second position, Instant Karma. Third is SVF Blushing Bride. 2 lengths back to Pierho Cato fourth, followed fifth by Muscles Aplenty. 3 lengths then to Spy Mistress K, and the last one as they go up the backstretch is Stonebridge Mimi. Loose lead continues on here for Brittany's a flirt, and she is rolling along in the second quarter, leading by about 3 or 4 lengths as Instant Karma is following second. SVF Blushing Bride in third. The half was hit in a minute and 3. So as they enter the far turn, Brittany's a flirt in full control. And it's Brittany's a flirt going by 5/8 on top by 4. Instant Karma second. Break of 2 back to SVF Blushing Bride, followed by Pierho Cato in fourth. 2 lengths then to Muscles Aplenty. 3 lengths back to Spy Mistress K. And the last one as they're heading towards 3 quarters is Pierho Cato. So as they head towards that 3 quarters destination, and the leader continues to be for Louis Waugh. Brittany's a flirt, but the lead shrinks a little bit. Instant Karma gets closer. 1:31 and 3 or 3/4 time. They're into the stretch. Instant Karma now looking to take the lead on the outside. Brittany's a flirt will try to dig in here, and as they come to the 8th pole, it's Instant Karma and Brittany's a flirt. SVF Blushing Bride on the outside. She's got some trot. Back and forth is Pierho Cato, and then in 5th is Muscles Aplenty. The lead is taken by Instant Karma on the outside. SVF Blushing Bride, but Instant Karma will win. SVF Blushing Bride was second. Then it was Brittany's a flirt, followed by Pierho Cato, Muscles Aplenty, Spy Mistress K, and Stonebridge Mimi, 201 and 1. Qualifier number 8 is coming up next with the starting gate now in motion. 2-year-old trotting fillies assembling. Scratch number 6, Who's Blues. Trevor Henry drives number 5, Royal Vista. Here's the field from the inside out. At the rail, Millway Magic, a Cadabra filly owned by Julie Walker, Ronald Pierce, trained by Julie Walker. Burt Renault will drive, a $25,000 Lexington Select purchase. 2 is Twin Bee Hugs, a muscle mass filly owned by Francis Dumichel, Écurie CSL, along with 9174-7998 Quebec Inc., trained by Francis Dumichel, driven by James McDonald, $25,000 Harrisburg purchase. 3, Up and Trending, a royalty for life filly owned by Backstable, Robert Van Camp, trained by John Bax. Matt Bax will drive. 4 is Umpteen Hanover, muscle mass filly owned by Harbor Racing Stable LLC, trained and driven by Per Henriksen, a $65,000 Harrisburg grad. 5 is Royal Vista, royalty for life filly owned by Scott McEnany, Teresa Davidson, Mart West Racing Stable. Scott McEnany trains, Trevor Henry drives, $20,000 Lexington Select purchase. And number 7 is Fluff, a royalty for life filly owned by Glengate Farms, Pat Hunt and Goldfinger Stables. Pat Hunt trains, Randy Waples drives, $9,500 London yearling sale purchase. Field of 6 picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and trotting from the center. Umpteen Hanover getting out of there, but the quickest away, no doubt about it, it's Twin Bee Hugs, and Twin Bee Hugs just soars off the wings of the gate out to a quick 3-length advantage. Umpteen Hanover in second at the rail, Millway Magic third. Looking to settle in fourth is Fluff in front of Up and Trending, and the final one is Royal Vista. So they quickly get situated along the pylons, and as they head towards the opening quarter, the leader is Twin Bee Hug, second qualifier for this daughter of muscle mass, and she heads past the opening quarter in 29-4. So it is Twin Bee Hugs and James McDonald leading the way as they move into the backstretch. Umpteen Hanover in second. Racing in third is Millway Magic. Fourth is Up and Trending, followed by Royal Vista, and Fluff made a break as they were coming out of the first turn and is still off stride at the back. The lead is 4 lengths here for Twin Bee Hugs. It's Twin Bee Hugs with that loose lead, just doing her own thing here as they head towards the midway point. Umpteen Hanover in second, 2 lengths back to Millway Magic third, tracked fourth by, as they go up the backside, Up and Trending, Royal Vista, and Fluff is the trailer. The half was hit in 101-3. So the tempo slowed down considerably there in the second quarter, but it's Twin Bee Hugs still with that lead at about 4 or 5 lengths. So she headed by 5/8. Twin Bee Hugs, who trotted a mile in 2:04 in her debut qualifier, is heading towards 3/4 in control. Racing second is Umpteen Hanover, 2 lengths back to Millway Magic, break of 2 then to Up and Trending, who's looking to get underway. Royal Vista and Fluff is last. The lead shrinks just a little bit now as they hit 3/4 in 132-1, and as they swing for home after a 30-3 third quarter, it's going to be Twin Bee Hugs who tries to seal the deal. Umpteen Hanover in her debut is 4 or 5 lengths away. Millway Magic outside looking to come on is Up and Trending, then it's Royal Vista, and they're into the final 1/8 of the mile, and this one from the word go has been all Twin Bee Hugs. It's Twin Bee Hugs coming to the edge of the tote board, and Twin Bee Hugs will win. Good battle here for second, and it appears it's going to go to, in the center, Millway Magic with Umpteen Hanover Up and Trending in there. Then it was Fluff and Royal Vista 202-1. Up next is his 9th qualifier, 2-year-old pacing colts and gelding, scratch number 2, Mr. Cheeseman. Here's the field. Number 1 is DeChairman, a Sunshine Beach colt owned by Hudson Standardbred Stable. Also the breeder, Sean Stacy trains, James McDonald drives. Number 2 is out. 3 is Card Swap, classic card shark colt, owned by Hut Racing Stable, trained by Meg Crone. Anthony Hahn drives. 4 is Wilson's Vinner, Sunshine Beach colt, owned and bred by Dave Hudson, trained and driven by Paul McDonnell. $37,000 Lexington Select purchase. 5, Posted on Sealster, is a Sunshine Beach colt owned by Keith Castle, trained by Matt Dupuis. Bob McClure drives, $16,000 London purchase. 6 is Rose Run Volcano, a sports writer colt owned by W. Donovan, trained by Richard Morrow, driven by Louis-Philippe Waugh. $22,000 Lexington buy. 7 is Lunar Launch, a vintage master colt owned by Joan Castle, trained by Drew Smythe, and driven by Randy Waples. $15,000 London buy. And 8 is Better's Jet Ray, a Better Delight colt owned by Celeste Hill, trained and driven by Eddie Green. $65,000 London purchase. Starting gate into the stretch, Pacers picking up speed, and here they come. Off stride at the rail is number 1, DeChairman. The rest of them are off and pacing. Good beginning out of here from the center for Posidon Sealster. Off stride in the middle went Rose Run Volcano. Around that one is Lunar Launch into second. Then it's Wilson's Vinner to get away in third, followed by Card Swap. Off stride still is Rose Run Volcano. Better's Jet Ray will move around to Chairman as they head to the first turn. So the leader going into that first bend, it's Posidon Sealster, and second qualifier for this Son of Sunshine Beach put on the point here as they approach that opening marker with Lunar Launch in second. Third is Wilson's Vinner, and fourth is Card Swap. The opening quarter was 30-3, so they swing into the backstretch. Posidon Sealster is the leader. Second is Lunar Launch. Break of 3 lengths back to Wilson's Vinner in third, followed fourth by Card Swap. Break of 5 lengths then to Better's Jet Ray. 4 lengths back to an off-stride to Chairman, and then at the rear it is Rose Run Volcano. As they go up towards the half, the leader continues to be Posidon Sealster. Following closely in the deuce is Lunar Launch, getting the nice trip, but went off stride right on cue there. Ends up making a break as they went past the half in 59-4, 29-1 in the second quarter, and the leader is Posidon Sealster. That lead is sizable now after the breaker from in second. Posidon Sealster on top by nearly 10 lengths as they go by 5/8. Wilson's Vinner is racing in second, then in third. That is Card Swap inside fourth as they approach the 3/4 pole is Better Jet Ray. Outside after making the break is Lunar Launch, and the trailer is Rose Run Volcano. 3/4 time, 1:28-2. So Posidon Sealster kicked it up there and now looks to steal the deal with a strong final quarter. Wilson's Vinner is trying to get closer in second. Card Swap is then in third with a battle on for fourth with Lunar Launch and Better's Jet Ray. Less than an eighth to go. Posidon Sealster the leader, getting closer to Wilson's Vinner, but McClure hasn't really moved a muscle, and Posidon Sealster is going to close this one out. Beat only just under 2 lengths was Wilson's Vinner for second. Card Swap was third. Then it was Lunar Launch, followed by Better's Jet Ray, Rose Run Volcano, and DeChairman. 157 flat. Here was the order finished back in qualifier number 8. So let's go back to the 8th first. Number 1, Millway Magic was second. Number 2, Twinbee Hugs the winner. Number 3, Up and Trending third. Number 4, Umpteen Hanover fourth. Number 5, Royal Vista sixth. Number 6 was Scratch, and number 7, Fluff was fifth. 213, 46, Scratch 5. Fractions were 29 and 4, 101 and 3, 132 and 1, 202 and 1. The winner was number 2, Twinbee Hugs, a muscle mass filly trained by Francis Dumichel and driven by James McDonald. $25,000 Harrisburg grad. Get second qualifier for her. First win. Gets a mark of 202 and 1. Meanwhile, in qualifier number 9, here's the rundown. Number 1, De Chairman was 7th. Number 2 was Scratch. Number 3, Card Swap 3rd. Number 4, Wilson's Vinner 2nd. Number 5, Posted on Sealster the winner. Number 6, Rose Run Volcano 6th. Number 7, Lunar Launch 4th. And number 8, Better's Jet Ray was 5th. 7 Scratch, 3, 2, 1, 6, 4, 5 on the bottom. Fractions were 30 and 3, 59 and 4, 128 and 2, 157 flat for the winner. Number 5, Posted on Sealster, trained by Matt Dupuis, driven by Bob McClure. Sunshine Beach Colt was a $16,000 London yearling sale buy. This was his second qualifier. First win, mark of 157. Up next is the 10th qualifier, 2-year-old trotting colts. And gelding, scratch number 6, Sim Salabim. Here's your field. Number 1, Marbellos. Angus Hall colt, owned and bred by Bob Key, trained by Paul Reed. He'll also do the driving. 2 is Tom D. Baker, Muscle Mask colt, owned by Harbor Racing Stable, trained and driven by Per Henriksen. $55,000 Lexington Select purchase. 3, Titan's Dream, EL Titan colt, owned by WG James Stables Limited, Donald Smith and Donna Parker. Bill James trains. Paul McDonnell will drive. $22,000 London purchase. 4 is Tiamo Hanover, gelded son of Love You, owned by the stable Tiamo Group, trained by Mario Bayarjan, who will also do the driving. $12,000 Harrisburg buy. And 5 is Sebastian U. Sebastian K. gelding, owned by the stable Sebastian U Group, trained by Jason McGinnis, driven by Anthony McDonald. $12,000 Harrisburg purchase. Field of 5 for qualifier 10, picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and trotting. Tiamo Hanover looking to go from the center. Won't be the quickest away at all. Instead, Marbellos was, but he went off stride. Tom D. Baker there, and on the outside, Sebastian Yu is being pointed up towards the top. So Sebastian Yu moves up to the lead. In second is Tom D. Baker, and then racing in third, that is Tiamo Hanover. Off stride is Marbellos, and the final one is Titan's Dream. So they go into the first turn, and the leader, it is Sebastian Yu by about 2 lengths. Tom D. Baker is in second, and then in third, that is Tiamo Hanover. 32 and 1 was the opening split, so Sebastian Yu, this gelded son of Sebastian K, is on top, and the lead grows as they enter the backstretch. Third qualifier for Sebastian Yu. He's won his debut back on June 8th, went off stride on June 25th. Third time out here, and he is rolling along in the second quarter. Tom D. Baker is in second. Tiamo Hanover's right behind him in third. Off stride was Titan's Dream to join the early breaker, Marbellos. As they head up towards the half, Sebastian Yu is got a lead of about double-digit lengths and is at the midway point in 101 and 1. That was 29 seconds even in the second quarter. So Sebastian Yu, who's got a mark of 2 minutes flat, is just rolling along here as they go by 5/8, way back to Tom D. Baker. Tiamo Hanover now comes to the outside for Bayarjan, and then it is way back to the off-stride horses Marbellos and Titan's Dream. Going to 3 quarters, I should say Sebastian Yu is going to 3 quarters. Tiamo Hanover is going to try and make things interesting in the stretch. Has got about 12 lengths to make up off of 3 quarters of 130 and 2. So into the stretch. That was 29 and 1 in the third quarter. A 58 and 1 middle half here. And the leader is continuing to just trot along. Sebastian Yu. Sebastian Yu to the 8th pole. We'll see if Sebastian Yu can close this one out strong. Tiamo Hanover is in second. Tom D. Baker is in third. Here's Sebastian Yu coming towards the line and is going to win. Sebastian Yu trotting through the line, looking good, and he stops the clock in 159 and 3. Second is Tiamo Hanover. Tom D. Baker is third. 159 and 3 for Sebastian Yu. 11th and final qualifier coming up next. Here's the field. Number 1, Stormont Timbit. Donato Hanover filly owned by Stormont Meadows, trained by Desiree Jones and driven by Paul McDonnell. 2, Ride to Justice, EL Titan filly, owned by Sinerco Ventures, trained by Kevin Ben, Phil Hudon'll drive. 3 is Polygamy, Royalty for Life filly, owned by Glengate Farms, Pat Hunt, Goldfinger Stables. Pat Hunt trains, Randy Waples drives, $9,500 London purchase. 4 is Heatwave Hanover, Sebastian K. filly, owned by Glengate Farms, Back Stable, trained by John Bax. Matt Bax will drive, $35,000 Harrisburg purchase. 5 is Ella, an EL Titan filly, owned by Emily Montour, trained and driven by Eddie Green. 6 is Century Sealster, Jeffrey O'Brien. Sean and Janet O'Brien share ownership of this Holiday Road filly. Jeffrey O'Brien is the trainer-driver, $21,000 London purchase. And 7 is Emily Antoinette, Muscle Mass filly, owned, bred, trained, and driven by Bill Meegans. This is your field for the 11th. 2-year-old trotting fillies assembled as the starting gate swings into the stretch. Gate picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and trotting. Heat Wave Hanover will split from the center outside. Emily Antoinette has got some nice speed for Meegans and is charging out of there to the early lead. Century Sealster will get away into second. Off stride in the center went Heat Wave Hanover. Into third, that is Ride to Justice. Out in the inside fourth is Stormont Timbit. Outside to Ella, inside to Polygamy, and resetting after the break, Heat Wave Hanover. Heading to the first quarter, and on top, it is Century Sealster who gets to the top spot in front of Emily Antoinette. Outside Ride to Justice will look to settle into the 3-hole. Opening quarter was 31 seconds flat. Moving into the backstretch, and the leader is Century Sealster by almost 2 lengths. Emily Antoinette is in second, 3 lengths then to Ride to Justice, another 2.5 back to Stormont Timbit. On the outside is Ella, inside to Polygamy, and on this warm Friday morning, Heat Wave Hanover is the trailer. They're moving up towards the half, 2.5 length advantage here for Century Sealster. Holiday Road filly showing the way. Emily Antoinette tightens up at the midway point. Ride to Justice is right there as well. They're past the half in 101 and 2. So going into the far turn after a 30 and 2 second quarter, Century Sealster is showing the way for this group of 7. Emily Antoinette in second, Ride to Justice in third. On the outside, Ella's moved into fourth, inside fifth as they're heading towards 3/4 of Stormont Timbit. Out of the deuce comes Emily Antoinette, popping pocket, looking to get up on even terms here with Century Sealster. And right there is Ella, who's going to tip 3 wide. Inside fourth, the Ride to Justice. Stormont Timbit, Polygamy, and Heat Wave Hanover is only about 7 from the top at 3/4 in 133 flat, so they spin for home. Several of them have a chance here. It is Century Sealster still maintaining that lead. Looking to come up the inside is Ride to Justice. Outside is Emily Antoinette, Ella, and far outside is Polygamy. 5 across as they come into the final 1/8 of the mile. Ride to Justice looking to slip up the rail. Century Sealster, Emily Antoinette, Ella. Outside coming on is Polygamy. Is Ride to Justice, who gets there up the rail to win. Ride to Justice wins it. Second went to Century Sealster. Polygamy was third, 203 and 3. Let's go back to the 10th qualifier to give you the rundown. Number 1, Marbellos was 4th. Number 2, Tom D. Baker 3rd. Number 3, Titans Dream 5th. Number 4, Tiamo Hanover 2nd. Number 5, Sebastian Yu was the winner. And number 6 was scratched. 4, 3, 5, 2, 1 scratch. 32 and 1, 101 and 1, 132. 159 and 3 for the winner. Number 5, Sebastian Yu, a gelded son of Sebastian K, owned by the stable Sebastian Yu Group, trained by Jason McGinnis, driven by Anthony McDonald. $12,000 Harrisburg purchase. Third qualifier for Sebastian Yu. Second time he'll cross the finish line first, and he shaves 2/5 of a second off its previous best. 159 and 3.